As the bastardization of the nation's economy. Let it be expressly clear that these impostors are neither students nor leadership of NANS in the Southwest, but rather political jobbers readily available for the highest bidders for the campaign of calumny against politically exposed persons for the purpose of blackmailing or settling political scores. We have directed the genuine leadership of NANS in the Southwest to file official reports with the security agencies for the investigation and criminal prosecutions of these impostors. While our organization is not a platform to ventilate political grievances, nor blackmail public officials, we are not unaware of the dark outlook of the global economy at this time, arising from the global instability, wars, and the resultant effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on the global economy. The tentative economic recovery in 2021 has been followed by gloomy global development in 2022. Global inflation has triggered tighter financial conditions across the world, with consuming economies like Nigeria being the worst hit. The IMF believed that the war in Ukraine has affected the prices of fuel and food globally, with low-income countries like Nigeria suffering the most. Stronger economies like the US, UK, and China had experienced an unprecedented share of this downturn. It is therefore ignorance or hypocrisy to attempt to push the blame for our dwindling economy on just one person. We therefore wish to disassociate ourselves and the name of our organization from the unpatriotic call for the sack of the CBN governor. It is our belief that the CBN governor needed to be given moral support to develop fallback monetary strategy that will serve as an economic palliative for our nation at this time of global economic gloom. Also, we are of the strong opinion that the Federal Ministry of Finance and National Planning must engage in a strategic drive to recalibrate the economy from a consuming economy to a productive economy so as to protect the value of the naira and reposition the economy on a stronger base. Nigerians must also invest more in locally made products to reduce importations significantly, to assist in the drive of the government to salvage the naira from continuously dwindling in value. We call on security agencies to do their best in bringing impostors who go about hitting polity and engaging in actions capable of affecting national security and stability to book, especially at this time of fragile national security experience. The National Association of Nigerian Students, under our watch, we collaborate with security agencies to ensure that criminals masquerading as students are not used to further threaten our national security. You know, in a subscribing institution in this country, you cannot hold any office in NANS. So we're trying to ensure that. Now, the screening committee released their report yesterday, and we have an appeal committee which have from now till Thursday to sort out whatever it is. And in as much as there are still issues, but we are doing all our best to ensure that if you are not a student, if you know that for those who are classified to be ineligible, if you have issues, bring your documentation forth, you know, and prove otherwise. And if you are able to, then you'll be allowed to run. So if you're not a student, you cannot partake in NANS affairs. Now, being a student doesn't necessarily mean undergraduate. Once you're a student at any level, mostly postgraduate or you are eligible to contest. Strike. We as an organization, we are actually doing our best. We have been able to pressure the government over time and ASUU to see a reason why they should go to the negotiation table. And just recently, the Nigerian Labour Congress, you know, called for a protest, and we joined them, and we identified with them, and we appreciate them for their efforts. And as it is, we are not relenting, and obviously we cannot, you know, do otherwise. And I wish we can, but unfortunately, the government of the day and ASUU, they have refused, you know, to come to a compromise for our sake. But for this week, we intend, owing by what the Festus Keyamo said, we would reach out again. We should be meeting with the Minister of Labor and the Minister of Education. We'll also hear from them. to know what again is actually the problem, because the last time we encountered them, they gave us the assurance that they were actually going to fully resolve issues with, the academic staff unions and other staff, academic unions. So we are not resting, and whatever it is that as an organization we should be doing, we are doing it. It's just that because of the volatile nature of the situation, security situation in the country, we are also trying to be careful not to overstep. So, but whichever way, we are always on them, always out and doing the needful, and our pressure is, we are not relenting. Thank you very much. You know, NANS is the umbrella body of all Nigerian students. The ASUU presidents you mentioned are the senators in NANS, of NANS. You cannot become anything in NANS without their vote or their support. So they are the chief deciders. And there is nothing that they do that we don't, we are not aware of, or we don't get due briefing. And as it is right now, all student bodies, even traditional or ethnic groups and whatever, they have whatever it is they can do within their reach to also assist in mounting pressure on the government. It's a welcome development. So whatever it is they did last week, we were well informed, well carried along, and we are fully in support.